My daddy likes robots.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronian Beast, and let's talk Transformers. Today we're taking a look at FansProject's Warbot number 3 Assaulter. This is FansProject's version of the G1 Triple-Changer Broadside. They do a really good job of it. This guy is big, he's bulky, he's extremely detailed, and he looks great. First we'll start off and we'll take a quick look at the packaging. For a person like myself who really loves to keep his figures in the packaging, this guy here is amazing. The packaging is actually a plastic box with the actual product box inside, and then the figure in a plastic, encasing. Just tons of really nice packaging on this thing. It really is fantastic. So on the bottom here we've got a really nice animated picture or artistic rendition of Assaulter. On the side, same picture. On the back we've got Assaulter in all three modes there. We've got his cruiser mode, his jet mode, and of course his robot mode. Down at the bottom, guess what? He's got a secret mode. So we'll take a look at that. Also tells you how tall the robot mode is. His height, 20 centimeters. On the other side, all three modes. So robot, cruiser, jet. Product copyright, FansProject Limited 2012. Interesting. And on the bottom, just gibberish. So let's get this thing open and take a look at it out of the packaging. Okay, so here is Assaulter, or aka not Broadside, and he is out of the box and looking fantastic. First off, before I get into anything, I want to say thank you to my buddy Dogcades on Twitter. He's the one who loaned me this figure to take a look at. And yeah, it's a really nice figure, and thanks a lot, Dogcades. It's definitely something that I probably wouldn't have gotten a chance at looking at without your help. So thanks a lot. So first off, looking at this figure, I can tell you right away, this thing is heavy, like really heavy. I think the majority of the legs is made of die cast, and it's really quite heavy. So, and it's tall, like the box said. Also in the box comes this instruction booklet, Warbot Alpha Incorporated. This is at least half the book is a comic, and it features some well-known FansProject characters. So you've got Defender there, Steel Core there, and Assaulter. He makes an appearance as well. So there you go. Haven't officially read through it all, but it's pretty good. And then in the back, obviously, you get your instructions for all three modes, as well as the secret mode. So we'll go through all those here. And the back of the book here, it does tease a fourth member here. We've got Defender, Steel Core, unless that's the rest of Steel Core back there. Could be. And then there's the core of Steel Core, and Assaulter. So yeah, there could be another one coming, Warbot. So that's the book. The one thing I have decided to do with this figure, since he's so big, so intricate, and there are essentially 4 modes, I'm only going to show you each mode and comment on all those modes. I'm not going to go through all the transformations of each mode. I'm I'm sure there's a couple other reviews that are online that could show you each individual transformation. It'd just take way too long. So I'm just going to skip the entire transformation, and you're going to get to see each mode in their glory. First up, before we get into the next mode, I'm going to show you Assaulter's weapons. He's got a couple of blasters here for this robot mode. They fit in his hands like so. And he can hold them very well and pose in multiple directions. And he's going over. That's my first complaint. Let's get into some gripes with this figure. Not a huge fan of the feet. You can see them in there. They're ball jointed. It's a ball jointed foot, but it's only ball jointed obviously on the one side, which means you can get some great movement all over the place, but it's not overly strong. The foot tends to want to lean to the side like that, which means that if you could get him to stand split-legged like that, he could stand forever. But it's just an awkward way to have your figure stand. So that's my first kind of gripe about him. The next gripe, the hips. See the big bar right in the middle there? That doesn't really move. And obviously this is not my figure, so I'm not going to try and force it. But there's no real movement on that. Now if there is, then I'm completely wrong, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but I really don't want to break this figure as it's not mine and it's expensive to replace. Next, the head. Not the head, the neck. I like the head, actually. I really like the face sculpt. The neck is tiny. Let me get this back kibble out of the way for a sec. You see that thing? Look at how tiny that neck is. Obviously it has its purpose, but I just would have thought it might be bigger. So that just kind of bugged me. But like I said, I do really like the face sculpt. It's very minimalistic, very G1 Broadside. But yeah, definitely a good looking head sculpt. But the neck leaves a little bit to be desired for. But other than that, the figure is very well detailed, highly articulated. Like I mentioned with the feet, you can get poses in almost any angle. That definitely works as an ankle joint. So you've got that down there. You've got a knee joint, a decent knee joint right there. You got a thigh swivel, and you can not really get a. That's about all you're going to get out of the hip. Waist swivel, maybe. Let's see if we can turn this around and see what we can come up with. Yeah, there you go. We got a waist swivel going on. Takes a little finagling, but yeah, we can get something going on there. And as far as the upper body area, we've got the shoulders. Shoulders go all the way around, which is great. There's even a joint within the shoulder that allows for more movement. There's an outside joint separate from the actual shoulder joint, so you're getting lots of movement there. Bicep swivel, 360. Elbow joint, which will go 90. And your hand is a separate piece, so you can get 360 on the hand itself. And you got lots of little flippy pieces all over the place for transformation into 3 different modes. So you've got lots and lots of things that you can do with this guy. Lots of poses you can put him in. But you're quite limited with the legs. You're not going to get a whole lot of movement on the legs, especially when it comes to the hips. Now, like I said, I might be wrong, but because it's not my figure, I'm not willing to risk it. It's just way too tight. Okay, so that does it for the robot mode of Assaulter. We're going to go into, I believe it's carrier mode. That's the first one we're going to do, and that one I will do right now. Okay, so here we are, and Assaulter is now in cruiser mode, which is essentially a very large aircraft carrier. And I like to point out that the weapons that he used in robot mode also have a place here in cruiser mode. They simply slide onto the front to extend the front of the vehicle, and it looks really, really good. So there it is there. I also like to add that Assaulter comes with these small little versions of the FansProject vehicles that they've put out. And as you can see, if you look a little closely here, I haven't opened them because they're not mine to open. There is Defender there in his helicopter mode, and Defender in his sports car mode. There's Steel Core in his truck mode, and Steel Core's trailer. There's a Dune Buggy, so we can assume that maybe there's a sandstorm coming out. I don't know what that is. And then we've got a couple motorcycles right there. And these guys are perfect scale for Assaulter in this carrier mode. And if we take a closer look here, you can see how he kind of fits there. There's Assaulter's head right down in here. Obviously his legs are back here. If you take a look at the underside, you can basically see if we can get a better look at that. So there is Assaulter in cruiser mode from the underside. So you can see a lot of the robot mode parts there. The legs are essentially just squished up, and the arms are just folded up above the head there. So that's cruiser mode. And he's just showing his back. But he looks really good in cruiser mode. You got to use a little bit of imagination to assume that all of this is covered and all of that. But yeah, he looks pretty good in cruiser mode. All right, so let's get into jet mode. Okay, so here is Assaulter now in jet mode. And again, he looks fantastic. And again, you can take the weapons and attach them on the underside of the wing to make the wings longer, and definitely add a little bit more to the alt mode. I do really like that. I really like the way that works out. It definitely adds a lot more to that. It looks really, really good. A little bit of detail on here. The underside, if you look, there's really not a lot showing that looks like Assaulter. If you move the landing gear thing, you can see where the head is. The arms are at the back here. Way at the back. The feet are here. So he definitely is folded up really, really well. So you've got the shoulders, the hands, the feet, and yeah, so he's definitely folded very well. But no, he's still really heavy and gorgeous in this jet mode. He sort of reminds me of Blitzwing, the G1 version in jet mode. You can flip out these bottom wings here, or these little toe wings, and obviously it messes with the landing gear. But if you take these extensions off, doesn't it kind of look like Blitzwing? If you stand those up straight? I don't know. I guess this double wing kind of made me think of Blitzwing in G1. But anyway, he's really good looking in this jet mode. And guess what? there's a fourth mode. There's a secret mode. It's a robot mode, and let's get to that too. Let's go. Alright, so here we are back in robot mode, and Broadside has this secret mode that FansProject built into him, and it's not overly difficult to get into, so I figured I'd just show you exactly what to do. First off, you got to spin the legs around like that. Next, you got to flip down this side piece here, make his feet a little bit bigger. You're going to want to adjust this back heel piece because he's going to be a little bit more front heavy now. So make sure you can stand like that. So his feet are all good now. Oh, he's falling backwards. Okay, so make sure he can stand. And now we get to spin this around, this blue cockpit piece here. So we're just going to spin that. We are going to, we're losing them again. And we're going to drop this down. Just going to spin it around with my fingers here. So there we go, it's white. Alright, now to fix the feet again. I'm not a fan of these feet, definitely. They're easily my least favorite part of the figure. Alright, is he standing? Alright, looks like he's standing again. Alright, and last but not least, you're going to flip the head around. Now, Broadside has got a second head underneath this helmet. And you just flip it up to reveal that. And there you go. That's given me a Star Wars feeling, this helmet. Very Sith-ish. But for the quick research I did online to find out what this deal was with this secret mode was that it had to do with the way Broadside came out originally. The original artwork, or the original character design for Broadside, was all based on the prototype picture, which was all black and dark colors. Then when they finally went to production, he was the regular gray with the red and all that we know. And then when they put him in the cartoon, he had two character models. Now, all the pictures I saw, none of them had this red face, so it really didn't answer any of that question. But it definitely said why he had the different look. But I still don't get the red face. So if you know why, let me know. And you guessed it, this mode also makes use of the weapons. So you can actually pull this cool Energon blade out, and you can stash it on his arms. Like so. So he's got this blade on the end of his arms. Same on the other side. And there you go. We just get him to stand right. And we can get a picture or an image of him showing off his cool Energon blades. But yeah, like I said, he can pose very well in all sorts of interesting poses. But that's FansProject's Assaulter. He's got 3 official modes, 1 secret mode, and he's a really cool figure. Not without his flaws. The feet are garbage, and the hips could use a little bit of fine-tuning. And I'm not so sure I like the secret mode's head, but all in all, he's a really solid figure, incredible detail, And if you can find them, and you're a fan of Broadside, pick them up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the thread at the bottom of the YouTube video here. If you want to follow me on Twitter, please do, at CybertronBeast on Twitter. You can also follow me on Facebook. I have all kinds of pictures posted on there, as well as the videos that I make. They all go up there as well. Just search Cybertronian Beast on Facebook and you'll find me there. And please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed so far. You guys are awesome. And anybody else who wishes to subscribe, you will also be awesome. So be awesome and subscribe. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Cybertronian Beast, and I'll talk to you later.